Hello. Today I've been promising to take this out and film it for you lot after fitting me dropped handlebars. The brand new Gold Star. Really nice bike. We'll talk about that later. The thing is, I don't have a GoPro camera or a stand, so I'm just going to have to do it with balancing my phone everywhere and hopefully try and strap that phone to my chest whilst I go out for a ride. Just want to show you what it looks like when I'm riding it. Right, so the problem I've got is I brought this in March this year and I've had no problems with it. It's great. Changed a few things, the rear shocks, which I think it should have had them anyway. There's nothing wrong with the original BSA ones, it was perfectly fine, just I like the look of them. Definitely changed the back light fitting because the one that comes with it is ridiculous. I mean, it nearly touches the floor, the number plate, but look how nice that is. What else have I done? I put the drop bars on. As you've probably seen all my videos, and it's just a great view. Oh no, I changed the horn as well, which wasn't a big job, but again it just does make it look like the older BSAs. Problem was I got it in March and I loved it. I rode it every day for 3-4 months and I've never been really into BSAs. Always into Japanese bikes for 45 years, and I seen this Gold Star and it came out and I just wanted it, fell in love with it. So I brought it March 1st and I drove it every day. Like I said, I rode it every day, 3 months, and then it got me thinking about other BSAs, old BSAs, got the brand in my head. So I went out with curiosity and I brought a Thunderbolt 1970, look at that, just to see what it was all about. And that's what I brought for a cheaper price, and obviously that. And so then I started riding that all through summer, and that's been in the back of my shed ever since. So today's the first time I'm going to be on it for probably since I owned that one 3 or 4 months ago. So I'm going to start it. I'm going to try and do a bit of a video with me riding that one, which I promised. But the thing is, I've not got a GoPro camera, so I've just got to use this phone somehow strapped to my leather jacket. So I'll have to get back to that when I've worked it out. But look at them together, the old and the new, don't that look good? And everyone said this one is not a real BSA. I mean, I beg to differ. Just look at the resemblances. How can you not say that's not a real BSA? Alright, it's not made in England, but nothing is anymore. But they've actually captured. I mean, just look at that, even the clocks. Look at these clocks. Look at that. Now look at this. 1970s. You know, very similar. Alright, it's had a lot of things changed, the top yoke, tank and that, but to me, look at that. Put them next to each other in a pub car park, people would hardly get to know the difference, look. They'd both think they were classic bikes. So here goes with the test ride. Well, this is my bodge, and I'm going out to see if it's going to work. I've tried it, quick look at my clocks and it works, so here goes. It's quite safe, it's all stuck in and fixed in place. There it goes. Well, this is a test just to see what it looks like sitting on it. I think I've got the camera in the right place, or as good as it's going to get from a bodge. Well, this is my setup. Just got to get my helmet on, my gloves. It started the first time, but the engine management light's on again. I don't know if you can hear me with my helmet on, so just leave the filming to the bike. I haven't a clue what you can see yet, because it's all guesswork. I'm hoping you can see the clocks. Oh, first time in Finland. That feels nice. Management lights on, well, you can turn that off easily. That's kind of one of the Niggles. Listening. I've not even cleaned it. Too excited to go out while the sun is out. Need to choose the time when you're doing the wind. Can't filter, no room. I'll turn off down here. Roads atrocious, mud everywhere. Okay. some. Actually, I'm just going to pull in here. Oh, look, it's the grass. Just to show you. We're still filming anyway. There she is. A lovely sunny November day. Well, just had that little ride. Very greasy, very muddy, horse muck everywhere. Just pulled up outside this beautiful house. I hope the owner don't come out, shout at me, but I'll be done in a minute. The ride was brilliant. The bike's sat around 3 months, first started. I've just had a lovely little ride. The camera, I've just checked on the video, it didn't look bad actually. This phone just strapped to my chest. For the first effort, that's good. But engine management light's still on. This is a niggle they have with these new Gold Stars, some of them. So I'll just see if it's on still. I've been for a ride, it might have reset itself. But I think it's still on, isn't it? Yeah. I think that's supposed to go out, I think. Let's just see if I start it. We're in neutral here. Yeah, it's still on. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try it. I've turned it off loads of times. I can't remember where I did it. It was that many months ago. I think I just turned it on and off loads of times. You have to do it quick. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, can't remember, 5, 6, I think it's 10 times, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know if that sets it, but it's definitely confused me. It might be confused the ECU. Let's see if it happens. I think it goes off when you drive down the road again, not so much now, but because I've No, it's still on, but sometimes it just goes off when you get going down the road again. But it does definitely go off again. It never stays on. But the ride with them drop bars is really nice. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about this new BSA Gold Star. It's getting some right bad press. I'm one of the first to receive this bike, and I've given it some thrash. It cuts off at 7,000 revs. It's got a rev limiter. I reckon it could go higher, probably even 8 or 8.5. But it's for A2 riders. Personally, I'm a fully qualified rider, and I could go fast. I could have a bigger bike if I wanted. But it's quick enough. It does 105. And if you get some thrash in every gear, you can keep up with traffic easy enough. I've had 2 Enfields Interceptors. I've had 2 Bonnevilles, newish versions obviously, and I love this one better than any of them. It's just got something about it, just the character of the engine. I mean, look at that. I know this paintwork can look a bit not pleasing to everybody, grey. But the new shadow black one looks amazing. That black engine just shows how pretty this engine can look if it's all black. So I'd love to do that to mine, but it's too much work. So I could always sell this and get the black one. Put the drop bars on that one. I wanted to get a hump seat for it, but the one at the show that BSA did on one of theirs was 350 quid. They priced me up to have it done, so I'm not going to spend that. And the other thing I want is rear sets, but it's that complicated down there. I've tried looking to see if there's an easier fix, but there isn't. It's really complicated, so I doubt they're ever going to come out, even by tech. I can't see tech copying it because it's not simple under there. I also had a bodgy one myself. Apart from that, the bike is great. The handling's good, the braking's good, the engine sounds amazing. If you've seen my videos, there's a middle baffle plate in there. I've drilled holes in that and I've took the baffle out, and it just sounds, just listen to this. I don't know if you can hear, just listen to that. If that's not an old BSA sound. And it cost me nothing to do that, just drilled some holes. It's on one of my videos. Everybody whinged it might affect the warranty, but it don't affect the warranty. It's ridiculous. What if it rusts and it goes rotten and falls out anyway? Does that mean the warranty's void? It's a baffle plate, it's nothing structural. So anyway, that's just my little review on this new bike. Like I say, I really love it, and I'm going to do another bit of a video when I get a proper camera. Really cold. Stopped at a coffee shop, one that sounds like cost a fortune, and the engine management light, I tried to reset it, turn it on and off about 10 times, never worked, still on. So I've tried doing it, I think 5 times a different way, see if that turns off. There was a problem last year in March when it was cold, that this engine management light was only coming on because of the cold. And during summer, I don't think it's ever been on. And now, today, it's on again, first time I've used it in 3 months. Anyway, just had my milk and the cost a fortune coffee. So anyway, the other niggle with this bike, me personally, is the engine cutting out. When you're going along and you're doing a fair speed, 30, 40, whatever, and you shut the throttle off at a junction, the engine can cut out randomly. No reason, ECU just shuts off. To me it feels like the ECU can't read the change in speed, you know, from 30 down to 5-10 mile an hour quickly. It feels like the ECU just shuts down quick and it don't come back quick enough to give you a little bit more fuel for the ticking over bit. So it totally shuts off. It feels like it runs out of petrol immediately. It's just this minute done it, coming in this car park. It's not done it all morning, and I've been quite proud thinking, oh, it's not one of them cut hours, even though it's a cold day. And then it just did it. So that's something kind of BSA's been told about it on the BSA forums, but they don't seem to be aware of the problem. They reply on the forums. So either the dealers are not telling them and they're trying to fix the problem themselves, or it isn't a problem. It's only on a few bikes. It's definitely on my bike, and it's random. So I could go another month and it probably may never happen. But when it does happen, if you're a novice rider, it might be a bit scary because you're in the middle of the road ready to turn right at a junction and your bike just cuts out. And if you didn't know what it was, you'd be worried. I mean, I know what it is, so I just press the start button, clutch in, start button, and just indicating right, turn into this car park. So that was the other niggle. Couple of other niggles, broken headlights I've read on the forum. Now, let's have a look through. I'm not getting any royalties, by the way, by any company shop. It's just the only one that was nearby. Yeah, the other nickel is broken headlights. One, we don't know if these are stones off the road that's previously chipped. I mean, the roads are terrible, living. And to my knowledge, there's been a few on the forum. I don't know if worldwide there's a lot, but there's been a few, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, the stories I've read. And the headlights are cracking, lights, glass falling out, stuff like that. But mine's alright. I've even had the headlight off to put the drop bars on, bolted it back on, so I've messed around with it a bit and it's up to now, it's still alright. So that's a niggle, which, whether it can easily be changed, it's an headlight. These niggles, you're not talking about big things, you know, crank bearings, stuff like that, the running gear, the gears. It's little things. Headlights, headlight cracked glass, engine management lights. The cutting out bit is a bigger issue that I think needs addressing to give the bike a bit more confidence to go on. Other niggles that people say, there's a weld about on the exhaust from the back end, about halfway down, say, there's a weld. On the show bikes, and when I went to see the show bike, there's no weld. I think there's still no weld on the new Shadow Black they're showing, I don't know. But when you buy the bike, and I didn't know I got the bike, it was in the showroom and Penny didn't drop that the weld was there, gets it home, there's a weld, what's the weld? So everyone's on the forum saying, what's the weld about? Wasn't on any of the bikes I've seen at the show, going back last year. Apparently a reply is, well, the weld's there for strength, but how come every BSA that's been made since 1940s or something, with them style exhausts, have no weld? But the new BSA decides to have a weld because it needs it for strength. What's the difference? And why can't they do inner strengthening, like a ring, and weld that and grind the weld off? I don't know. It is a bit of an eyesore. An exhaust on a motorbike is kind of like a bit of jewellery. It's something you sit in your shed and look at, a nice exhaust. That's why you change them, you know, your add-ons, because you like nice, pretty exhausts. That's not pretty, that weld. So that's a niggle, niggles me, and I'm thinking of grinding it out and polishing the exhaust up. The other ones is the suspension, I reckon, a bit poor. I don't know, I've rode that bike with the high bars and the drop bars. I've hammered it, I don't ride slowly normally, I give it some, and it's took everything. The back suspension was lovely, I had it on number 3 setting, the original BSA one. It's just I didn't like the springs. It looked not in fitting with the Gold Star look, so I got the tech ones, the black ones, and they were a lot better, I think, for looks. There was on number 3 setting, the same as the old ones, and they still feel the same to me, no difference. It was cheap enough to change, but I just like the look of it. The front suspension, they're changing the springs, do springs for them, adjustable springs. Maybe because they're adjustable, that helps. Other people, different sizes and weights, riders, I don't know. But to me, the springs in the front of mine are perfect. No problem. The original springs. So I won't be changing them yet. So the paint was flaking on the tank. Maybe again 1 or 2. But again, it's under warranty. and these are Niggles, and they'll just, any more complaints about the tank, they'll just put more paint on the tank, on the later ones, or they'll change yours if it has that problem. Mine's getting now 8-9 months old. It's been in all weathers. Last March it was freezing. It's freezing today, so it's been in the sun, it's been in the rain, it's been in the salty conditions last year, tail end of the winter, and it's still looking mighty fine, the tank. They reckon the back spokes corroded, some people were saying. Mine are perfect, and again they've been through the road salt last year, they've been through all the year, and they're still perfect. So how do we know? I mean, they're galvanised, the spokes. I don't think they're stainless, they're galvanised. It's a coating, there's zinc coating or something over the steel. If you're going to use a scourer on to polish them up, you're going to scrape that off. So then they're open to rusting, because they're open steel rust. It's not protected. They only want to wash, soapy water, a degreaser, that's it. Maybe that was a problem with these people that had terrible spokes problems, I don't know. Maybe it was a faulty batch of spokes, but it was changed, and BSA did that okay. So in general, the bike's brilliant. It rides well, fuel economy is good, brakes are amazing, front and back brake, the back brakes. I've had Kawasaki's, ZX10Rs, ZX9Rs, 1200s, I love Kawasaki's, I've had nearly every one. And these brakes are as good as triple this on a ZX10R. Not as good, obviously, they're not made for the track, but they stop the bike adequately as good. But anyway, that's a small review of the new Gulfstar BSA. Let's hope they iron out the little bugs, because I love this bike and I'd love it to get famous. I've had all them things, I've had Interceptors, I've had Triumphs, the Bonnevilles, and it's cheaper than the Bonneville, £3,000 cheaper, and there's not a lot in it. Alright, probably a bit more refined, but would you want to pay another £3,000 for this bike just so BSA refine it a bit more? I don't think so. I think for the price, and actually now the Shadow Black one's only £6,000, which I think is a bargain. For a brand new, decent looking bike, I think it's a bargain. A bit mad I paid £800 for the black one. But we do get metallic black paint, I suppose that was worth £800. On chrome on the tank. So anyway, that's my little review. And if I think of anything else, I'll do another one. Thank you. Forgot to mention the ugly. The biggest niggle, the rear number plate holder. It's too low, too plastic, and lets the look of the bike down. The ones we're replacing it with are more in keeping with the Gold Star look. And it would be simpler and cheaper for BSA to do this in the factory.